Welcome to part 3 of getting your commercial endorsement. I am David Barber and this is Cardigan Bay Fishing Adventures. Through this series, if you missed the first video, I'm going to be talking about what you need to do to get a commercial endorsement. We've already spoken about a VHF course and I've already done the introduction into all of it. Next, we can go on to Sea Survival. This course was very fun. It was swimming pool based. We didn't do it in the sea. As you can see, it's a lot around life jackets, life rafts, all that sort of thing. We did all different types of rescue scenarios. There's things where you hook your feet under people's arms, you curl up in a ball together, huddle together. When you've got spray, sea spray coming at you, there's a use of spray hoods on life jackets. I've always thought, oh, you wouldn't need one of them. But in the course, they showed us you can do this with your hands and you put it around your face, just like that. Just to stop the ingress of water from splashing. You can get secondary drowning. There's all sorts it teaches you. This book, as you can see, is very, very thick. There is a lot of information in it. You learn about all sorts. There's a hell of a lot of information with the Sea Survival course. The first part of this course is classroom based. And the second half, for a couple of hours probably, was in a swimming pool. So what I did, I had some swimming shorts on and they make you put a boiler suit on, overalls, just to weigh you down a little bit like you would in real life. You then put your life jacket on and basically you're in the water doing loads of different exercises in the water with life jackets. Basically you go face down, relax and they let it roll you over. Sometimes it doesn't work with everyone, sometimes it does, but that's all part of the training. You have to ride the life raft, you have to be able to get into the life raft. You've got to be able to get people in the life raft with you, help people get in. You've got to be able to paddle the life raft. Then you've got to swim lengths of the pool up and down, holding on to people basically, like people are unconscious. There's a lot in the course. There really is a lot in the course. It's a very, very useful course to have. And there's a lot of information I learned with this course, which I didn't know about. Different ways of, basically catching water, ways to survive at sea. Things about... there was things about SARTs, EPIRBs, PLBs, literally all sorts. There's different types of sickness, as you can see here, in body temperature. I'm not going to go into all the details of it because you need to do the course yourself. We'll show you quickly approximate time in hours with water temperature here. This is to do with your body temperature dropping over a number of hours. In 10 degrees water, this is based on, you get cold shock, incapacitation and panic. 10 degrees is flipping cold when you drop into it in a stressful situation. When you do this course, this explains a lot of things about it, about cold water shock. There's all sorts. What happens with it, cold water shock, obviously it's common sense. You drop into the sea and you start gasping for breath. In between that, you got sea spray hitting you in the face. So you're taking water in, you're aspirating water, and you're drowned in basically, even though you're still floating because you've got a life jacket on. Having a life jacket doesn't mean you're going to survive, so this course really helps you. It'll teach you a lot about surviving. There's all sorts about survival suits, a lot about body temperature. You can see it's very, 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 very full-on book. It's a full-on course. Shows you how life jackets work, about the poles and the automatic releases. Shows you about life rafts. There's all sorts. Tells you stuff that you should carry, as you can see right there. It's just come up now. Grab bags. What should you have in a grab bag? Every grab bag's different. Everyone does it differently, the way you prefer to have your own grab bag. But yeah, it's a cheap course, £108 for a day course. Talks a bit more about radios again, calling for help and stuff. I'm not sure how well you can see this book. Shows you how the call systems work, flares, how to fire flares, helicopter rescue, all of that comes into it. There was things I learnt about the helicopter rescue as well, which I didn't understand before, but now I do. You can see, getting into life rafts, how to flip the life raft back over. And there's certain ways of doing it. There's gas canisters on them, so you got to do it a certain way so you don't get clonked on the head, silly things like that. But yeah, it's a very, very, very intensive course. I say intensive. Intensive sounds scary. There's a lot of information, but it's easy to absorb. I found personally it was good. It's good information to have. Can you fail this course? Technically, yes, you could fail this course. I think if you can't get into the life raft when you're in the pool, you could fail the course. I won't go into genders, but we had some fairly older people on our course. They go into the life raft no problem. There's rescue things, the way they do rescues, signs. There's just, the list goes on and on and on. Tells you about the Beaufort scale, as you can see there, all different wind speeds in knots. Yeah, it's a very good course to do. It shows you about search patterns. It shows you about all sorts. So as you can see, it's a very full-on course. I'd say this is a good one to do. As you know, I fish with Mark a lot. Mark has just done this course with me. There was a lot in the course he didn't know, if that makes sense. You automatically think, yeah, I know that, I know this. You do the course, oh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that either. These are seriously cheap courses, and they can save your life, and it'll also save people's lives on your boat. If your boat goes down or something goes wrong, you need to keep them people safe. You might take your mate out. It's not your mate's responsibility, it's still your responsibility, whether it's just a friendly fishing day sort of thing. If that boat goes down and something goes wrong and he gets killed, the finger's pointed at you. Simple as that, whether it's commercially endorsed or not. This can help to keep people alive. So yeah, these are cheap courses and I would recommend them. The VHF, like just that we watched, and this, I'd recommend a Sea Survival as well. So anyway, that's going to conclude this part to the video. What we'll do now is get on to part 4.